Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the B111 Gaming Podcast. I'm here with my boy and co-host Mikey over here. Today we've got a little, how do I say, uh, what's the word I'm looking for here, Mike?
I think brand new content with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, with Activision's newest release. And if you look down on it, Infinity Ward is co developing it. Now, I don't know all the facts, but I know Infinity Ward has a stake in this development, which is exciting.
Which I I'm kind of excited for. And trust me, I've played Modern Warfare from 1 to 3. I've had an insanely great time playing them. But I think the last game that Infinity Ward made was Infinity Ward or Infinity Warfare, whatever it is, whichever one. Just this one up here.
Before we go on with all that, how about we go ahead and we roll the video and let people watch it for themselves?
All right, awesome.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere, in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6, going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies all.
Guys, hostiles assaulted civilians. Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
Now, Zach, a lot of people, I don't know if you guys have even seen the trailer of Modern Warfare, but I'm going to tell you right now, with unfiltered content, it's pretty badass. It looks like they're recapturing the old Modern Warfare feel and the esque of the game, and I really do enjoy that. Like, it's been a while since we actually got a chance to actually look at an actual Modern Warfare revamp with Captain Price, and they got the original voice actor.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, they got the original voice actor, the voice Captain Price.
I didn't
And
even notice.
Yup. The moment he steps in the field and he starts talking, it's apparent, bam, right there that he's playing Captain Price, and you're just blown away. You're like, whoa, Captain Price is back.
Dude, whenever I saw him, I was absolutely captivated. I was like, this is gonna be a good game.
I hope so, because a lot of times with Modern Warfare and Call of Duty and Activision likes to bleed their titles dry. From what I hear from other YouTubers and what I hear from other people, a lot of people are told misconceptions about different video game companies. And my personal belief to this is number one, if you don't develop video games, number two, you don't work with these people, number three, you don't have any other source than what someone tells you, you don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
It has been apparent that Activision goes ahead and bleeds people dry. And you know what? They say that there's going to be these outbands of loot boxes, but I mean, we can only see when the alpha drops what's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. And didn't you see that Black Ops 4 just decided to just throw in loot boxes, like, just bird food?
Yeah, and a lot of companies, including EA, which EA owns Activision, decided to go ahead and do something like that. You know, I'm not a really big skeptic on like, loot boxes.
Yeah.
I mean, like they're there for people who, maybe, you're working your job 9 to 5 every single day, Monday through Friday. You might come home, you can't play like all these other people. You don't have that time. Some people who have really good jobs out there, they only work 4, maybe 3 days a week. They make that money within 3 to 4 days to stay home and do all this and play games and catch up and do all this stuff. When you work like 7 days straight from, I don't know, some other job that you have, like I feel for if you're working 7 days a week, like that sucks. But that's an out right there for you to go ahead and say, like, hey, listen, I want to go ahead and grab this loot box, or I want to go ahead and every time I level up, get a loot box, or I want a chance at getting something that I'd have to wait 14, 15, 28 levels later to get. Like we get that. But the loot boxes are there just for a shortcut. Are they shortcuts wrong? Depends on the perspective that you look at it.
Yeah. It's because for me personally, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, the game's already 60. I think the season pass is another 50. There's a battle pass as well for however much. I think it comes up to like 140 something after tax, plus all these loot boxes that are gonna come in after, which I can understand on your point where it could, become dry to the consumer, which I completely get. It's just how much can they milk before the next installment comes out? And I feel as though with these loot boxes coming in right now, like right before Modern Warfare, like the new Modern Warfare comes out, I'm not sure what they're gonna do when said game comes out, because everyone has a battle pass for everything now. It's like the whole battle royale craze. Everyone's got to have a battle pass now.
It's just corporate greed. It's just the way these game companies are trying to push themselves. I mean, we all see it. Every one of us aren't. Everyone watching, you already know that, you're not stupid. You see the lines connecting. We see the lines connecting. It's just companies getting greedy, saying, like, we can make more money off of this. Like the FIFA Ultimate, where it was insane. I remember reading an article about a man who spent over $5,000 on the game.
Dude, you saw that too?
It was crazy, and he finally said he was like, it's just not worth it. And I was like, my guy, I was like, how did you enjoy $5,000 on that game?
After
He was like,
$50, I would have been like, yeah, no, $5,000, dude. Are you serious?
this is why I don't like playing games like, a lot of people might attack me for this, but I did like World of Warcraft. I enjoyed how it played, but a part of me doesn't like having to pay a subscription to play a video game. I think if a game's good enough, shouldn't have to pay one.
Fair.
People would just, migrate to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's whatever they want to do. I mean, they've been kind of good. Like Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, I still remember they introduced kill streaks. And that turned the game around because that made you work even harder to get kills. And the point system turned it into like an arcade, and it was insane.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't know what's coming back, and I don't know what's going to happen. But apparently, they're taking off from where the story last began, and they're trying to fix some plot holes. Now, here's just a premonition of what we think is going to happen. So, when you look at the page, and I hope Zach brings this up for us, a little video of the page in the checkout, that right here, if you look at it, you can see that it says it needs operator coins and operator tokens and, different outfits you get for your different operators. It might be that before in Black Ops 1, you had operators where you picked your first perk, and this operator was based off your entire build. Like if you ran Scavenger, of course you were going to want, like, I don't know, Commando Pro and Lightweight to run around the map super fast. And I don't know if that's exactly the same as it was in Modern Warfare 1 or 2. But I remember in Black Ops 1, You could have lightweight as your operator, which you ran around the map super fast, or you could have scavenger followed by the grenade drop after death and sleight of hand. And that was always great. So you never ran out of ammo. You were always running around. You always had grenades to lob, and you always had something going on because you were just a one-man army.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to tell until we actually see some gameplay footage, and maybe we get some access, and we'll touch base on this another day.
Exactly. Man, this game's got me so hyped because I spent so much time on Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Now, I've played 1, but that was more or less at, LAN parties, whatever it may be.
I
But
remember
this,
playing this game back when we had like split screen and I'd verse my friends on it. Modern Warfare was the first Call of Duty game. Actually, the Big Red One was the first Call of Duty game I was actually introduced to. It was the Russian sniper. I forget her name.
uh,
Anyways, as you were saying before I cut you off,
yeah, no, it's all good. But this new game's got me insanely hyped. I'm I'm wary of the fact that Infinity Ward is taking hands of this because of Infinite Warfare. But on the same front, it's still a Modern Warfare game. I feel as though they're gonna have their best teams on it rather than them just spewing out whatever it may be from what Infinity Warfare was. Because I liked it for what it was. Whenever it first came out, jetpacks, cool, and then I played Modern Warfare Remastered. Dude, I never went back since whenever it released. Because I got it maybe a week or two after due to funds, whatever it may be. But I never played Infinite Warfare after that.
I heard a couple people when I talked about Call of Duty because Call of Duty Black Ops 4, people said it sucked. It was okay, but it didn't have the same magic as the other games. Like, it just felt like a blatant ripoff of just other games. And it felt like it was just the same as something else. Like, if you play a game and it feels almost generic to something else, or it feels as though it was just kind of like a DLC or overhaul of another game, you're technically still playing the same game. Like, a lot of people made the assumption, like, this game's like Overwatch. And I was like, well, you got a point. And another couple people said, well, Activision's bleeding, the Call of Duty franchise, completely dry. What can they do to fix it? And my simple response to that is stop creating a new Call of Duty every year and create one Call of Duty every 2 years.
Which we did touch base on, I think, either last podcast or 2 ago. We have kind of covered this topic originally, but to bring back what you were talking about regarding that, I completely understand. I feel as though, like you were talking about, how to fix it in its general just FPS, whatever it may be. Sorry, blanked out. But as I said back in X podcast here, if you want to check it out, I basically stated that yes, Black Ops 4 is a very good game, but it just feels like another Call of Duty game because they are milking this franchise dry.
Well, that's just what Activision really does. And Activision, from what I know, is owned by. Now, you can fact check me on this in the comments, but I think isn't Activision like owned by EA?
Not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure that Activision's owned by EA, and Activision is just just running. I don't know. It's almost like they've been dragging their feet for years, and finally they're catching up. It really shouldn't come down to this with other game companies and classics. Like, I remember when Call of Duty first dropped Modern Warfare, the whole world went nuts.
Oh,
Modern Warfare 2 came out, blew up. Black Ops came out. Then World of
Bam.
War, and World of War was a hit. World of War was amazing. I played it on the Wii, still loved it. Shut up. So, when I played, after like World of War, everything kind of just started like Black Ops 2 came out. That was amazing too. Black Ops 2 was still good. But then
Yeah.
there was a problem. After Black Ops 2, everything just stopped. Like, everything was just gone. Like, the magic was gone. It was moving too fast. Then came Advanced Warfare. Had an amazing story. Then it just started to fall apart.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this game will finally bring back modern warfare. What we all loved when we were kids. When we came back and put it into the PlayStation, Xbox, if you're an Xbox person,
Yeah.
and we loaded that game up and we just played for hours after school.
Exactly, man. I'm so hopeful for this as well. If it actually can revitalize the series and probably bring in stuff for games after, if it does well, because back to what you were saying, just after Black Ops 2 it got stagnant. I feel like it was after Black Ops 2 where I feel like they could just put out whatever and just kind of get away with it, and people were kind of like, oh no, it's a new Call of Duty game, just cool. I don't know what to tell you, but with this new Modern Warfare, now gameplay, I'm not even sure is up yet by the time this is uploaded and recorded. I'm not sure, but in any case,
I still think we're gonna do a recap on it when it gets uploaded. But I think that's
definitely.
a good place to end on. Is to go ahead and ask everyone there in the audience, to ask them, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Comment below on what you think would save the Call of Duty franchise. Do they need to stop blowing out a new Call of Duty every year? Or maybe focus on one singularity? What do you think? Remember, leave your comments in below. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. It was really nice talking to you guys.
I'll go bye. Hey y'all, just wanted to add at the end that Mikey and I had a lot to talk about regarding the Call of Duty franchise and where it's headed after this said release, but we cut it down because we don't want to waste your time. I have nothing else to add, so remember what Mikey said. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. We always look forward to seeing your comments down in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys then. Y'all take it easy.